From the greenhouse to the big house, the BC Supreme Court advises charges against Elizabeth May. A few weeks back, the Green Party's lone MP and leader, Elizabeth May, along with the NDP's MP for Burnaby, Kennedy Stewart, were both arrested for violating an injunction at a Kinder Morgan worksite on Burnaby Mountain. Now, Kinder Morgan has a court injunction that keeps protesters at least 50 meters away from two Kinder Morgan construction sites. Now, this injunction does two things. The first one, it keeps Kinder Morgan employees safe from these increasingly violent protesters, but it also keeps these idiotic protesters from hurting themselves because things are happening on a job site that they are just completely unfamiliar with, and that, of course, is, work. The injunction was granted after the company said that protesters have caused delays and financial harm to Trans Mountain nearly every single day since the end of November. Now, knowing full well there was a court order in place and knowing full well police were already arresting people for breaking that court order, May and Stewart went down there and willfully broke it too. So they were both arrested by police. Now, the arrest, it wasn't particularly harsh for Ms. May. I mean, look at this photo here. Are they holding her up? Are they escorting her to a police car, or are they all going to a square dance together? It sort of looked at the time like Liz May was exercising a little bit of her privilege to get special treatment from the justice system. There were no handcuffs involved, no time in the back of a police car, just some weird arm-locking business. It looked like everyone was going easy on Elizabeth May, but the BC Supreme Court, while they're having none of that, a judge has recommended that protesters, including May and Stewart, should all be prosecuted criminally rather than in civil court for blocking a road and violating that court order. So instead of civil contempt charges, which is not a criminal offense, the BC Supreme Court judge recommended that the charges against May and Stewart be elevated, changed to criminal contempt, since their alleged contempt was against a court order and not Kinder Morgan itself. Now the case has been adjourned for at least a week as it's been sent back to the BC Prosecution Service. And if he is convicted, NDP MP Kennedy Stewart won't even be the first NDP MP who is a criminal from Burnaby. There must be something in the water there. NDP MP Sven Robinson stole a ring from a jewelry auction house in 2004. Then he returned it and then turned himself into the police a couple days later. He pled guilty and was given a conditional discharge, 1 year of probation, and 1,000 hours of community service, and a whole lot of pity from a judge. But in this instance, I hope they show no pity for these two, and I hope the judge is extra harsh on Liz May, because she has been threatening to pull this same stupid stunt for at least a year now. Just watch.
There is no doubt that the city of Vancouver, the city of Burnaby,
Can they stop it?
They are in court, and so are the Tsleil-Waututh, the Musqueam, the Squamish First Nation. We are not giving up. This is a terrible blow and a betrayal, but we do not give up, and Kinder Morgan will not be built as long as there's breath in my body. I'll fight this damn thing.
And you will go to jail?
Of course I'll go to jail. I'll block pipelines. I'll stand shoulder to shoulder with First Nations. This is not an issue you compromise on.
So careful what you wish for, Elizabeth May, because you just might get it. You could be finding out that green is the new orange. May could go from minding her organic garden to working hard time in the prison farm. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunry. Join us for the largest rallies ever organized against the carbon tax. Saturday, April 14th at the Alberta Legislature in Edmonton from 1 to 3, and on Sunday, April 15th at City Hall in Calgary from 1 to 3 p.m. We've got great speakers already confirmed. Everyone is welcome, but please remember it's a family-friendly event, so family-friendly signs only. For more information, go to repealthecarbontax.com.